Yo guys, welcome to a new video, and in today's video we have a question from someone on my Facebook who basically asked me, what do I do when I'm fasting for, let's say, 36 hours or 40 hours, and where does my motivation come from to kind of carry on? Because this guy was about at the 20-hour mark and he didn't really feel like carrying on to the 36 to the 40-hour fast. So my advice for this is basically listen to your body. Now, fasting is one of these things that we are using on a regular basis. I would say that I use intermittent fasting more than prolonged fasting. So my 7-day average, or my constant average, is around 16 hours. My dad would be the best person to kind of ask advice from for the prolonged fasting, because he regularly does 36 hours to 40 to 50 to 60, sometimes 96-hour fasts. So, I mean, the answer I'm going to give is really, if you are getting to the point where you're fasting for 20 hours and you've got another, let's say, 20 hours to go, there's a couple questions you need to ask yourself. Is what you are feeling right now real hunger, or is it just going to come and go? Because it's like when you're running on the treadmill, you get these waves of this is really easy, I can carry on for ages, and then you get these times where it's like, I really want to stop, but you know it's going to go again. So it's like this cycle of you feel like quitting, and then once that goes, you feel amazing again. And it's like when you're fasting, I sometimes, even when I wake up in the morning, I sometimes get that hungry, like I'm hungry feeling, but it's not real. It's not real. It's like if I wait 20 minutes to a half an hour, it kind of just goes. So you kind of got to listen to your body. If you're hungry for 3 or 4 hours and you're like, it's not going, then it's probably best to eat. My other piece of advice would be try and stay as busy as possible. Sounds quite obvious, but if you're not busy, you're going to want to eat, because you kind of haven't got much to do, so you're going to keep yourself occupied by doing something, which a lot of people is making food, cleaning up, stuff like that. So if you can try and keep yourself busy, going to the gym, going for a walk, doing some yoga, doing some stretching maybe, listening to a podcast, reading a book, try and keep yourself as active as you can. And if that still isn't working, like if you constantly just keep thinking about food, it's best just to break the fast. What you got to remember is, what you're doing right now by fasting, or intermittently or prolonged fasting, you're building a muscle. You're building your fasting muscle, your willpower, okay, metaphorically speaking. You're building this muscle so that you can get stronger each time. Because if everyone could do a 96-hour fast like it was nothing, more people would be doing it. It's hard to fast for a long time. It's even hard to fast for 36 hours. You have to build it up slowly, and you also have to be willing to fail. Like, my dad's tried to fast sometimes 48 hours, and in the day he's felt terrible and had to break it. Other times he's been able to go 3 to 4 days without eating, and it's fine. There's a lot that goes into it. The day prior to the fast, were you in a ketogenic state? Have you been quite well fed the day before? That's going to impact the day you end up fasting. So if you haven't eaten much the day before, you are going to be hungrier. If you're dehydrated and you haven't had your electrolytes from your pink Himalayan salt and stuff like that, apple cider vinegar and limes, they're going to help keep your insulin levels down and your blood sugar levels stable. So that's going to help you when you're fasting. If your blood sugar levels are not stable, okay, and you're getting small insulin spikes, that's not going to be good when you're fasting. Like I say, you want to try and keep your body at its homeostasis, at its state where it's its most stable. And so basically, being in a ketogenic state the day before is going to help you obviously keep low insulin levels, because you'll also have your ketones being produced within the body. So you'll be running on ketones, which is going to be great for your brain and great for your energy levels. So there's a lot that goes into it, but my main message would be, if you are fasting and you get to a point where you're stuck and you want to break the fast, without me speaking to it, it's hard to tell. You may just be not strong enough. It might just be a fake, you may think you want to break it, but it might actually just be, come and go kind of thing. Like, you have to kind of test it out on yourself. There's been times where I've been fasting, like I said before, and it's not been the real hunger. So you have to ask yourself, is this real hunger? Do I really need to eat right now? And if it's yes, I really need to eat, I can't carry on, this is actually terrible, I need to break my fast, then break your fast by all means, and get back on it the next day. Like I say, we're building this muscle, and this muscle gets built over time. the reason I can like not get hungry anymore and kind of like keep my hunger at bay and eat when I want to eat is because I've been doing this for quite a long time. When I first got into lifting and into fitness, my hunger levels were all over the place because my body was all over the place. It wasn't stable. It's taken me many years to get to a point where my body is stable now. I went on the ketogenic diet for at least 3 years, very strictly. 50 grams of carbs per day, 300 grams of fat per day. It reset my whole body. So my body can now handle carbohydrates very well, as equally well as burning fat. So basically, when I went on the ketogenic diet, my body mobilized and used fats very efficiently and built itself up, whilst lowering my blood sugar levels, which increased my insulin sensitivity. So what I'm trying to say is it's a long process. Just because you maybe have to break your fast one day, you got to remember the amount of times I failed on like fasting, having to break my fast all the time, like when I first started. Now I rarely break my fast early, but it's because I built that tolerance up. Like, you have to start somewhere. So if you need to break your fast, break it. Don't feel bad. Eat. Then basically try again the 3 or 4 days time, or maybe next week. Like I say, you're building the muscle. So I would say that's the advice I'm going to give, because I feel like that's the most natural advice I can give. You've got to listen to your body. If you feel you need to quit, quit. Don't feel bad about it. You're going to get stronger the next time. Each time you fail, you're going to learn from it and get stronger and stronger. And this fasting is a stress and it is an adaptation on the body. So every time you do fast, your body's going to be getting better and stronger each time. And throughout time, throughout the evolution of your fasting, you will get better and better, and you will be able to fast for longer and longer, and it will become easier. So that's the advice I'm going to give in this video. I hope you've found that informative and you've liked the video. If you have, can you please give the video a like by clicking the like button below? And if you've also liked the video, could you please subscribe to the YouTube channel? We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I think we just passed 900 the other 2 days ago, so that's pretty cool, so not far away now. And other than that, guys, I will see you all in the next video.